I am the real Dave. Common Grievances by David. Me! In my book! Fuck you! Common Grievances by David. Can this drive-up order shit end? Haven't we had enough of this shit yet? As if shopping wasn't miserable enough before the pandemic. It's gotten worse now. It used to be people went to the store, went in to get what they needed, and left. After paying with money, of course. This also allowed the store staff to focus on things like restocking the shelves. Now all of that has changed. It started in the early days of the pandemic, when people were afraid to leave their houses without a gallon of sanitizer. Target, Walmart, and the rest thought this would help. Now you walk into a store, and most of the staff are walking the aisles with these huge carts like zombies from Dawn of the Dead, with a little device in their hand, looking up and down for some item. I mean, don't these people work there? Shouldn't they know where everything is? There's no comma there, but I strung it together. However, there's no comma here either. However, no comma, if you look at the aisle, it looks like shit, because instead of restocking it, they have to waste all their time picking out your goddamn items. Why? Because you're worried about a pandemic that was never really a pandemic. Sorry, we way overreacted to COVID. Oh, that's right. It's because you're a lazy SOB, and this just saved you from having to take the exhausting walk around the store yourself. The delivery service like Shipt and Instacart are bad enough. Now every employee in the store is running around like a chicken with their head cut off, looking for your crap, because God forfend that you actually waddle your fat ass out of the car and shop for yourself. Remember how much fun you had shopping on your own? All the aisle filled with the stuff you wanted, finding that perfect whatever that you had no intention of buying, but when you saw it, your wine-chugging ass just had to have it. Trying to resist the urge to punch the lady in front of you because she was almost in a trance-like state in the juice aisle. So can we please go back to shopping in the store like adults? Can the store employees go back to stocking shelves and not be glorified errand people? Guess I'll give it a pass if you use a delivery service, but only if you're drunk at the time. How about we resume shopping like we did in the distant past? Year of 2019. I know we can do this. Get out of your cars and into the store. Why is anyone still wearing masks? Okay, this may date this book a bit, but I don't care. The question won't stop screaming in my brain. Why in the blue hell has anyone still wearing masks when they go out? Why? Because you like to have a diaper on your face 24/7. You like to have a poopy little diaper on your stinky little face. You little baby. Okay, I made that part up. You think it protects you from anything? You think you're protected from others from anything, or do you just think it makes you look like a ninja? Okay, let's break this down. That actually is written in this. I didn't make this up. Do you just think it makes you look like a ninja? Let's break this down. First off, if you're wearing it because of COVID, which I don't have.
Bicycles!
I ask why. First off, if you're wearing it because of COVID, why? First off, he said first off twice. That's why it fucked me up. First off, if you're wearing it because of COVID, I ask why. First off, COVID was never a deadly disease. It was like SARS. If you contracted it, you only had a 99 to 98% chance of survival. The numbers that they gave the death total were way overinflated. So first, someone gets it and dies. Did they die because of COVID alone? Or is it because they happen to be 93? People that came to the hospital with 10 stab wounds, if they had it, it. They got counted, all caps. They call me crazy, but I think that the 10 stab wounds have more to do with them leaving this mortal coil than COVID did. Despite what the media attempted to spew down our throats, COVID was never that bad. The CDC and everyone else just overreacted to a flu. Okay, let's go with protection. Well, bacteria is microscopic to the mask. Might protect you from that, maybe? Well, bacteria is microscopic to the mask, might protect you from that, maybe, yeah. However, viruses are way smaller, like need an electron microscope to see them, they would waltz right through the mask. Basically, if you could breathe through the mask, it wasn't going to protect you from COVID nor any other virus. And let's be honest, at this point, COVID is endemic. It's now like seasonal flu, and I think we masked up for that annual event, did we? Further, you have an immune system. However, this system does need practice.
Besides, what do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice.
This is true that people's immune systems actually got weaker over the course of the pandemic. Because people were wearing masks everywhere, people's immune systems got lazy. Basically, it needs to be worked out. That means no masks. It's like those people that are germaphobes and bathe in sanitizer. Well, when they go out, they're screwed because their immune system is about as ready to fight as the men at a Magic the Gathering tournament. Okay, it's been long enough. There is no reason why people are still wearing masks in stores, movies, gas stations, the strip club, or anywhere else in the outside world. It's time your little Susie and Billy sissy pants to be brave and take the damn mask off and resume life once again. Take the damn mask off, Billy sissy pants, and be brave. Go back to the office, Billy sissy pants. Go back to the restaurant. Go to whatever store and leave the masks in the trash. Oh, and before I go about the two other things. Period. If you enjoy wearing a diaper on your face, what in the hell is wrong with you? If you're doing it because you want to pretend to be a ninja, I'll allow it. Have a plan before you shop. Fuck yeah! Have a plan before you shop. Alright, okay. This is gonna be the last thing I talk about when it comes to shopping. For the love of all that's holy, could you people please have a plan when you go shopping? Nothing drives me crazier is when I'm at a store, usually in a rush, trying to get in and out as quickly as possible, only to be stopping in my tracks because two land whales are browsing the selections of salad dressing and bread. On will be the left looking at the dressing like they're ancient artifact. On will be on the left looking at the dressing like they're possessive ancient artifacts. The other on the right, not really knowing which bread is best, needs to read the ingredients on the back. Can I get around the two of them? No. Can I scream? Can I scream at the one on the right? Hey, you stupid bitch! It's bread! All bread is made the exact fucking same! No, I can't. So now, I'm forced to wait until one of these blobs make up their single-digit IQ minds and move on. People, before you go shopping, especially if the stores have small aisles, have a plan. Get a list together of everything you want to buy. Maintain a brisk pace. Get your shit and get out! If you do feel the need to browse, do so at a brisk pace! Fuck you! Why someone needs to gawk at every fucking thing on the shelf is beyond me. I get stopping if you're really considering buying it. But how long does it take? Fuck you! I get stopping if you're really considering buying it, but how long does it take? There is no reason that anyone needs a solid 2 minutes to make up their mind on whether or not they should get the lavender scented candle or the maple one. Just pick one and go or buy both. If you happen to be a woman, you'll probably get the other one next time you're at the store. Just go get both the first go around. I don't know, maybe I'm getting grumpy as I get older, but man, these people piss me off. Why anyone feels the need to move slower than the 7-year itch, be in the way of every other shopper just so they can have a leisurely shopping experience is beyond me. You may have nothing to do today, but on the other hand, I do. You may enjoy taking as long as possible to shop, but we don't want to share that experience with you. Don't want to get back to your apartment where you're 13 cats away. Are you looking forward to getting home and drowning in the galleon bottle of wine you have? Do you actually think gallon is spelled like this? This is the second time. That's a pattern. Galleon? The galleon bottle? That's twice. Do you think gallon is spelled with an E, David? So people, listen up for the convenience of everyone. When you get into the store, have a plan. Have some consideration for your fellow shoppers. If we all stick to get in and get out, this will all go a lot quicker for all of us. Then we can resume watching episodes of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives while drinking ice-cold Coors Light. Guys and their pickup trucks. What is it with guys and pickup trucks? Like, I know that ladies drive them and like them too. Guys get behind the wheel of the damn thing and they think everyone should bow down to them on the road. Well, maybe not all of them, but I'll call that group that I want to make fun of truck holes. You know, the douchebags that must have been the obnoxiously loud motor as they race down the highway? The jackasses that have to come back into a parking space more often than face me! Fuck you! Fuck you! Broadcasting degree. The jerk-offs that strut after they get out of the parking. Yes, we know you own a truck. Whoopie fucking do! Whoopie fucking do! I don't know why I said that like poonages. You drive a vehicle, nothing more. This also has nothing to do with your man card. Fuck you! Why is it that most rich dudes trade in trucks for sports cars? You bought a truck, great. I think he means comma. You bought a truck, comma, great. Except that you choose a vehicle that kills your weekends. Trust me, you will get calls from people you barely know when you have a truck. Every time they need to move or buy something large, a vehicle that you could get rid of at any time, just do the rest of us a favor and fuck off. Fuck off! You're not special for driving a pickup. You're exactly like the rest of us assholes. You're just one more person that is taking up a spot in the parking lot. I need to... Oh... Stop crying when the cops get rough. Okay. Can everyone stop fucking crying when the cops have to get rough with someone? The same thing twice in a row. That's nice. Yeah, it'd be nice if they treated everyone with kid gloves, but they can't. For that to work, the criminals would have to comply with every verbal command of the officer. Last time I checked, criminals don't really do that now, do they? So what's left? Oh, that's right. They get rough. Some guy is going nuts and beating the snot out of his whole family, and the cops show up? What are they supposed to do? Use harsh language to get him to stop? No. They charge in and slam his ass to the ground and get him into coughs by whatever. Get him. Do you think they're called hand coughs? Do you think they're called hand coughs? By whatever brutal means are at their disposal. Someone is holding a toddler hostage. Would you prefer that they try to talk to him, or that you want him to tase his crazy ass while holding the toddler so that no harm comes to the innocent hostage? Again! He literally agained. He literally agained in Why is this so good? Again, when people get out of control, you have to use force to control them. Then again, most of the activists that cry about police force are the same ones that let their kid run around like a lunatic at Target. I thought you said this was the last time you were going to talk about shopping, not caring that they're pissing everyone else off because, God forbid, they control their kid. The reality is there are people that are bent on destruction of property and hurting others. These people are not going to stop if you ask them nicely. They need to be dealt with by someone, by law enforcement, by frankly whatever means are required. If you would not like to get roughed up, then just comply. Yeah, how many of these people would be alive today if they just complied with the officer's commands? When they don't When they don't, what do... Oh, see, there's no comma here, so it's hard. When they don't, comma, what do you think is going to be the end result? Lastly, comma, let's just say cops do get a step too far. Okay, then comply, and after they let you go, there are legal pathways to get justice. Cops aren't above the law. Bottom line is this: if you want to live in a safe society, one that has reasonable security when you are out and about, then you have to provide people with survival necessities so they're not crabs at a butt. No, you didn't write that. Bottom line is this: if you want to live in a safe society, one that has reasonable security when you are out and about, one that has a functional commerce, stores that have items on the shelves, not to mention all the other crimes that need to be controlled, then you are going to need cops. Further, they also need to be able to do their jobs efficiently, and if they means getting rough with people sometimes, so be it. Quit crying about it. One last thing: there will always be law enforcement. It can be from the government, and it enforces its secular laws evenly. The other choice is eventually you will get vigilante groups with less oversight enforcing whatever they think is illegal in their tiny little minds. I hate Taylor Swift. This might date this book a bit. Let's face it, at the time this is published, she's 35, 36, didn't even look it up. Pretty much at the end of for a female pop star. The thing is, I just had to say it, I fucking hate Taylor Swift! Not because she destroyed my favorite sport, football. Not really because of her music. What is pop crap that somehow takes 15 people to write? Not even her as a person, because I assume she's probably a sweet girl? What? The fact that this bitch is everywhere. Hell, I think more time was spent on her than the game at the Super Bowl at 2024. If this woman decides to buy Charmin instead of Quilted Northern, guess which brand is getting a sales boost? What's bad is that someone will report that on some pop gossip website. What's really bad is there are a bunch of dumbasses who will actually read it. Then worse of all, go out and buy Charmin. Look, you losers, this is your queen. She's a pretty girl that can sing good. Not great, but good. She sings some silly songs that 14 other people wrote for her and dances on stage well enough. That's your hero. Nice queen, you losers. So I may just be speaking for myself in this little section, but I'm pretty much done with Tay-Tay. I'm done with Tay-Tay. I don't care what she says about the whales, snails, or what's in her mail. I don't care if she cares about the trees or if she enjoys a nice sea breeze. While I'm on the topic, for the love of God, do not listen to her on politics. Anyone who sings or plays pretend for a living, you really shouldn't give a rat's ass who they intended to vote for in November. So I don't know, but I'm sick of Ms. Swift and would really appreciate it if she would jump into the irrelevance bin sooner rather than later. This is where your money goes. No, this is not a tirade against taxes. That's for another day. This is for all the people that say that I'm broke all the time. Well, how are you spending your money? When you get up in the morning, do you brew your own coffee at home for 8 cents a cup? Or you go to Starbucks where it's on average $4 a cup? Keep in mind that most people like more than one cup, so you go 3 times a day. So let's say $12 on coffee a day. Oh, and that's $84 a week just for coffee. Let's talk about when you go to whatever job you do happen to have. Lunchtime rolls around. Did you brown bag it, aka make stuff at home, or pack leftovers for about $1 per serving? Probably not. You're probably going to buy lunch costing $12 if you get value meal number 2 at McDonald's, or costing $18 if you grab lunch at Olive Garden. Assuming you work 5 days a week, that's somewhere between $60 and $90 a week, every week. Now double that if you are too lazy to cook dinner. Keep in mind that this is from your discretionary funds. This isn't the rent, light, heat, all those bills that have to get paid every month. The ones that you should be no more than 60% of your total income a month. Kind of getting the picture on why your ass is broke all the time. Let's take a gander at some other things, like your cell phone. Why do you have the souped up data plan? If you have home internet, you don't need the data plan. PS5 can stream just as well as your phone. Then how many streaming services do you need running all the time? That can easily rack up $75 to $100 a month. Here's a thought: if you have a streaming service and you only watch a few shows, cancel it. Then after the new season is over, resubscribe for a month and binge said shows. Avocado toast. Another bonehead move people make is leasing a car and not buying a car. Yes, the lease payments may be smaller than loan payments. Here's the thing: leasing a car is a glorified rental. You will always have a payment. Paying on a car loan, the difference is eventually the payments stop. Then the car is yours. No one can take it away from you ever. Lastly, I'll skim over it, is college. Before you sign loans for a bunch of money, sit and think for a minute. How much is a degree in lesbian dance theory actually going to get me? What is my ROI on a degree in women's studies? The reason so many people are struggling with student debt is that the got degrees that in the real world are completely worthless. Probably they. No company is going to give someone 6 figures because they have a degree in feminist theory.
Broadcasting degree.
Give someone 6 figures because they have a degree in feminist theory. It isn't marketable. Go. Yeah. All right. Fast food workers don't deserve 15 an hour, let alone 20. Sorry. When did this shit become the norm? Back in the 90s, people would have laughed you stupid, if you suggest people working at Burger King, with the exception of the manager, should be making $15 an hour. They don't deserve it because the job is not that hard. It's worked by people, for the most part, that have never had a job, and yes, anyone can do it. It's not like they have actual cooks back there, let alone chefs. The burgers are placed from frozen, already cooked, into essentially a steam tray to be reheated and placed into whatever burger that gets ordered. Yes, they deep fry the fries in-house. However, there's a button that idiot-proofs it for the worker. Hell, the oil temperature is probably controlled when they switch the machine on. No real skill is in these kitchens is needed. Okay, let's go with competency. Most of the time, the employees fuck up your order. Something is missing, or the order is wrong entirely. If you're dining inside, I hope they don't forget about you entirely. Then again, what it takes for these people to get Employee of the Month is just showing up on time. Finally, another reason is it will kill the whole business. Places like McDonald's exist for a cheap, quick meal. When the cost of a Big Mac combo is almost the same as a large pizza, people will get the pizza. Pizza at least has some nutritional value. People get McDonald's because it's cheap. If you raise the wage... Baby mouth. If you raise the wage of said workers, what if a few things will happen? One, there will be more automation and self-checkouts. This will be hell because trust must be behind some old blue-haired biddy while she tries to figure out the machine. You'll have time to write a fucking novel before she's done with her order. This will also have the consequences of only like 3 employees. 2, the menu prices will increase. Suddenly the food isn't so cheap and people stop coming as often. 3, this will also lead to the death of any of all mom and pop types of these restaurants. Donald's can weather this madness and survive. Fuck you! However, Jack's Flippy Burgers that has, let's say, 2 locations can't. You people know that Walmart loves a wage increase. They can take it much better than the local competitors. So Jack's Burgers, much like the local competitors with Walmart, will they have to close their doors? What? So Jack's Burgers, much like the local competitors with Walmart, will have to close their doors. We need syntax. Because the local guys will have to raise their prices so much to afford this new ridiculous minimum wage, no one will eat there, or they will cut... Jesus Christ, run on. No one will eat there, or they will cut the visits to so few it means the same thing. Funny! The same people that fight for 15 are the same people that scream they hate megacorporations. Why did they give them the biggest leg up? Well, those are just a few reasons why no one should be getting a $15 minimum wage. Minimum wage jobs are not a career. This should go without saying, but minimum wage jobs are not career jobs. Instead of not saying it, you said it twice. Nobody spends their working life flipping burgers at their local Wendy's. At least they really shouldn't. These jobs that they're talking about, this is the wrong there. They are. We need a they are. Talking about were never intended to be living wage jobs. Things like nursing, lawyering, chef, you know, what? Chef? Who? Those are the jobs that make the money for the house. White picket fence and the 2.3 kids. David, you know, the jobs that have these crybaby assholes are complaining about were never meant to be life-sustaining jobs. Probably were. Let's look at the people that primarily work these jobs. First off, for kids. These are 16 or 17-year-olds. They're just looking to get their feet wet in the employment market. They still live with their parents, and their parents are still legally required to care for them. So the job is literally extra free money for the kid. I assume after college, if the kid got a decent degree, broadcasting degree,
degree,
they will quit the fast food gig. Then they will move on and start their career. Second group are old people. These are people that have already worked their career and retired. They already made their money. This is just something they do so they don't get bored. They don't need the money, but it helps a bit. Third are adults, but hopefully are just doing this for a bit of extra cash. Once they get the money for Christmas or the vacation, they quit. Like I said, no one should be past the age of 25 and still be working their first job in the same position. Now are there adults that work in fast food industry? Of course, they're the managers. However, do they get paid minimum wage? No. Oh, and almost all the fast food chains offer management training. Hell, if you speak English, probably be a shoo-in for assistant manager. At the end of the day, these jobs aren't careers. They never were. They are, with management being the exception gigs. People work them for a time and they quit for a better opportunity. Can the USA have an immigration policy, please? Why is it that everyone else has to have an immigration policy? Canada has one, a pretty strict one. Mexico gets to have one. UK, France, Germany, and every other country in Europe gets to have one. Hell, for some reason, leftists like to complain about Poland's policy. Every country on earth gets to have an immigration policy, except one, of course. That's my country, the good old USA. Why is there a decent chunk of people that think that the USA should be as open as a drunken OnlyFans girl? Where exactly is it wrote that America has to take in every sorry son of a bitch in the third world? This is a great sentence. Where exactly is it wrote that America has to take in every sorry son of a bitch in third world? Why exactly is controlling who comes into this country a bad thing? You are aware that there are people in this world that hate the US and would love nothing more than to see it burnt to the ground. I can't wear this beard on my face anymore. The thing is, they act like there is a pathway to immigrate to this country legally. It's always been there. Yes, we are picky and do limit the number of people that get to come in. The sad fact of the matter is that not even the mighty USA can take care of every SOB from the third world. Don't even bother with the Ellis Island BS. Yes, in the past, our doors may have been more wide open. However, things changed. The big thing that changed was at the time there was no social safety net. If you came to this country, you basically were expected to make it on your own. Any help you got came from your family, friends, church, or a private charity. These days, however, it seems that illegal immigrants seem to get access to special social welfare programs that are set up just for them. I don't know. Make it make sense. Let's also be real here. None of these motherfuckers crossing the border are fleeing persecution or oppression. Wait, they're coming for money and chicken wings. Even if they were getting oppressed in their own country, frankly, that isn't our problem. He took him one sentence to be like, well, I was fucking wrong. You need to have a nice civil war and throw the oppressors out. We can't afford to take care of everyone and police the world. You guys have chicken wings outside you have chickens outside of the US? What? There's chickens out there? That's crazy, dude. That's why we need a policy that limits who can come in. Even if by some miracle they all had the criminal record of Mr. Rogers, there are simply not enough resources to go around. We need to limit the number of people that come in. We need to verify they are who they say they are. We need to verify that they are here of their own free will. We also need to be reasonably assured they can take care of themselves. We have enough lazy people to take care of that happen to have birthright citizenship. Every other country gets to have have this. We don't live in a democracy. This is something that totally chaps my ass. This is something that totally chaps my ass. When I hear people refer to the USA as a democracy, let me put this as plain as I can. The USA was never a democracy. We are a constitutional republic, always have been. We do have elements of democracy in the system, but it's not a democracy, and that's a good thing. First, with a democracy, you get the tyranny of the majority. Take gay marriage, for example. Even today, if I were to put it to a straight vote, it would most likely be outlawed in short order. A straight vote about gay marriage. Yep.
If I was gay or something.
Thankfully, we live in a constitutional republic, so you can't grant rights to one couple and not the other just because of gender of the participants. Here's another one. Prayer in school. Constitution says at least mandated prayer is a no-go. Teacher-led prayer as well. That is in large part because of the Constitution. If it were decided by a straight vote, even at the state level, it would probably be the norm. Further, our government, while elected by democratic means, is in no way a democracy. You could tell he didn't pass English. The closest you get is the U.S. House, where the number of representatives are proportional to the population of the state. This is why Wyoming only gets 1, while California has over 50. The Senate, however, is totally different, with everyone only getting 2, something that forever sticks in Bill Maher's craw. Now, why is it this way? It goes back to the beginning when the bulk of the population lived in Virginia and Pennsylvania. Those states were arguing they should have the most representation because they were the largest. However, states like Rhode Island said that they would like a seat at the table as well. So it was decided that the House would be made up of members that were proportional to that particular state's population. The Senate, however, would have 2 senators regardless of the state's population, so that little states didn't get bullied by larger ones. This is also why we have an electoral college, by the way.